hair, fingerprint, shoe print, blood spatter, time of death.
We're at Mountain Ridge High School, part of the Deer Valley Unified School District. And this is the Project Lead the Way Principles of Biomedical Sciences program. It's our first year in a 4-year curriculum course. It's a STEM course that introduces students not only to biomedical sciences careers, but it takes them into a project problem-based learning environment. We start with an unexpected death of a 38-year-old woman named Anna Garcia.
The steps that we take to get.
We had Sergeant Waite come and explain to us how we would enter that scene.
And taking the students through first getting on scene to a crime scene, to evidence collection, processing it, all the lab work, taking it all the way through determining what was the cause of the death that occurred.
And we're trying to match them on the fingerprints so we could identify the one on the scene with all the list of suspects.
The benefit of this Project Lead the Way course being career and technical education, they get to experience many different levels of careers.
911, what's your
We investigated 911 operators all the way up to researchers and medical doctors and specialists, and they see everything in between to see how big that science world is and the medical world. The students were amazed. Honestly, they came in the first day, he spoke to them in here, and then we took them over to a different room, which was Anna's house, that death scene. So he started them at the door. What do you see? What do we do? They took notes, they sketched it, they photographed it, they measured everything. They worked through from that standpoint, and then they brought it back into the lab and worked through it there.
And I was blown away just at the enormity of the project that they were undertaking and how much training and experience that these students were getting on a real life basis.
That unknown substance into an indicator, their field test, to see, yes, this looks like it could be methamphetamines. We'll take more of that sample back and have it verified in the lab.
I thought we'd be coming in here and just doing some basic stuff like, oh, let's find out what blood type you are. But instead, we're measuring the size and figuring out the trajectory of blood drops and figuring out what all happened to Anna Garcia.
So today I brought a former partner, I would say.
So having them come in at different stages to reinforce how a lot of different professionals within this police forensic aspect are all involved in trying to solve a case gets the students again thinking through it's not just a one-person show.
You have cast off, which is where someone's struck with a blunt force weapon, like say a tire iron or something like that. And there's already blood on that item, and then they're coming back and hitting somebody again. There's likelihood there's going to be cast off, which means blood's going to cast off that item, hit the wall, and then go back down on the person. Yeah, it's something that they can certainly dive into and see a lot of stuff that, you know, average people out on the street don't get that opportunity to see. And to be able to take that and potentially move that to a career choice, that's phenomenal for them.
Is it powdery? Is it grainy? And trying to rule those out. So
PBS, Principles of Biomedical Science, is sort of like crime-based. You're trying to find like what happened to Anna, and then you have HBS, it's very anatomy-based. Everything has sort of a different feel to it, and that's one of my favorite parts about it is you get to touch on every single part of biomedical science.
all these skills they can take with them regardless of what career they go into, because they've learned how to read through a procedure, how to work through problems, how to work as a team, how to do things independently, meet deadlines, collaborate with other students. So that's the benefit of Project Lead the Way, really trying to take the skills learned in our traditional science classes, so it really opens them up to the world around them.